The sky burned red that morning. Hyun Park watched through reinforced glass as the first nuclear detonations consumed Seoul's skyline. Brilliant white-blue flashes erupted, transforming gleaming skyscrapers into molten ruins within seconds. Millions vanished in an instant. The Galactic Confederation's assault was methodical and ruthless. Their massive battleships hung in Earth's orbit like silent predators, raining destruction without mercy. Electromagnetic pulses disabled communication networks, military installations crumbled, and entire cities disappeared underneath mushroom clouds of annihilation. Hyun's underground research facility, buried 3 kilometers beneath the Korean peninsula, trembled with each impact. Concrete walls shook, and emergency systems flickered. Around him, scientists and military personnel worked with mechanical precision, knowing their survival depended on every calculated movement. Jae Kim, a former Special Forces commander, monitored the global communication channels. The initial reports were catastrophic. Major cities across continents were being systematically eliminated. New York, London, Tokyo, Moscow, all reduced to radioactive wastelands within hours. The alien strategy was clear: complete human extinction. Survival. Protocols activated automatically. Hidden bunkers across the planet, prepared decades earlier by paranoid military strategists, now became humanity's last sanctuary. These underground complexes, scattered across remote locations, contained essential equipment, genetic archives, and critical technological resources. In the first 12 hours, over 6 billion humans perished. The Galactic Confederation's weapons were designed to not just kill, but to eradicate any possibility of regeneration. Radiation levels exceeded anything previously recorded, making surface survival impossible for generations. Hyun's team began immediate genetic preservation protocols. Stored human DNA samples, carefully maintained in cryogenic chambers, represented the potential seed of human reconstruction. Each genetic strand was a potential lifeline, a testament to human resilience. Jae organized the surviving military personnel. They were fewer than 10,000 worldwide, but what they lacked in numbers they compensated with determination. Old military training manuals, digital archives, and centuries of human conflict knowledge would become their survival guide. The alien attackers believed they had won. Their massive fleet continued orbital bombardment, systematically destroying any remaining human infrastructure. They saw humans as a potential threat, a species too unpredictable and aggressive to be allowed continued existence. What the Galactic Confederation didn't understand was human adaptability. Throughout history, humans had survived plagues, wars, climate disasters, and technological upheavals. This nuclear holocaust was just another challenge to overcome. Hyun discovered something peculiar in the radiation signatures. The alien weapons, while devastatingly powerful, had unexpected molecular inconsistencies. This could be exploited. Every weapon had a weakness, and human scientific curiosity would find it. Emergency communication networks, built on decentralized quantum communication technologies, started reconnecting. Isolated human groups began sharing survival strategies. In underground facilities across continents, humans were not just surviving but preparing. Genetic laboratories buzzed with activity. Sung Wong, a brilliant biotechnologist, was already designing radiation-resistant human variants. If humans couldn't survive the current environment, they would evolve to do so. Genetic modification became their immediate survival strategy. Outside the underground facilities, Earth looked like a dead planet. Radioactive winds swept across empty landscapes. Burning cities cast long shadows, silent monuments to human civilization's near extinction. But beneath the surface, humanity was regrouping, planning, adapting. Jae Kim looked at Hyun Park. No words were needed. Their eyes communicated a single, unbreakable resolve. Humanity would not just survive, but they would fight back. The Galactic Confederation had made a fatal mistake. They had not completely destroyed the human spirit. As nuclear winter descended upon the planet, the first whispers of resistance began to emerge. Humanity's greatest weapon was not technology or genetic engineering, but an unbreakable will to survive. The underground facility hummed with urgent activity. Hyun Park stood at the center of a massive circular room, surrounded by holographic displays showing global survival data. Dozens of scientists worked rapidly, their fingers dancing across advanced computer interfaces. Survival was no longer about preservation, but complete transformation. The human genome needed radical modification to withstand the new environmental challenges. Sung Wang, the lead genetic researcher, had discovered something extraordinary. Human DNA could be rapidly adapted using advanced quantum genetic editing techniques. Radiation resistance became their primary goal. Traditional medical approaches wouldn't work. They needed to fundamentally redesign human biological systems. Blood samples from surviving humans were analyzed, modified, and tested within minutes using cutting-edge quantum computers. Jae Kim monitored external sensor networks. The surface remained deadly. Radiation levels were thousands of times higher than normal. Their underground complex, located deep beneath the Korean peninsula, had become humanity's primary survival hub. Multiple similar complexes existed worldwide, but communication was limited. The first successful genetic modification came unexpectedly. A young researcher named Yoon Choi noticed a unique protein sequence that could potentially neutralize radiation damage. Within weeks, they developed the first generation of radiation-resistant human variants. These new humans looked similar to standard humans, but possessed remarkable capabilities. Their cellular structures could repair radiation damage almost instantly. Bone density increased, immune systems became incredibly robust, and metabolic processes adapted to extract nutrients from minimal resources. Food production became a critical challenge. Traditional agricultural methods were impossible. The team developed vertical hydroponic systems that could grow nutrient-rich crops using minimal water and artificial light. Every square meter of underground space was converted into potential. Food production, energy, was another critical concern. The facility had nuclear generators, but long-term sustainability required innovation. Solar panels stored from pre-attack infrastructure were modified to work with artificial underground lighting. Wind turbine technologies were adapted for underground air circulation systems. Psychological management became as important as physical survival. Humans trapped underground needed mental stimulation and hope. Virtual reality training programs were developed, allowing people to experience simulated outdoor environments. These programs helped prevent depression and maintained psychological resilience. Military training continued alongside scientific research. Jae Kim understood that survival meant more than biological adaptation. It meant preparing for potential future conflicts. Combat simulations, technological analysis of alien weapon systems, and strategic planning became daily activities. Communication networks slowly rebuilt themselves. Quantum entanglement communication systems, originally developed for deep space exploration, now became humanity's primary connection method. Small groups of survivors worldwide began sharing critical information and research. Technological adaptation happened faster than anyone predicted. Alien technology captured from crashed scout ships provided unexpected insights. Reverse engineering became a primary research strategy. Components from alien communication systems were integrated into human technologies, expanding their capabilities exponentially. Ri Kim, the lead spacecraft design engineer, started developing preliminary designs for potential space vessels. If humans were to survive, they would need to become a spacefaring civilization. Each design incorporated lessons learned from the alien attack: stealth, adaptability, and defensive capabilities. Population management became critical. With fewer than 10,000 humans remaining, every individual was valuable. Strict reproductive protocols were established, ensuring genetic diversity and optimal population growth. Artificial reproduction technologies were developed to maximize survival potential. As months passed, the underground reconstruction transformed from a survival strategy to a rebirth process. Humanity was not just recovering, they were evolving. The nuclear holocaust was becoming a distant memory, replaced by a new vision of human potential. Hyun Park looked around the facility. Where others saw destruction, he saw opportunity. The Galactic Confederation had attempted to erase humanity. Instead, they had created the conditions for an unprecedented transformation. The underground reconstruction was more than a survival strategy. It was the beginning of humanity's most remarkable journey. The stealth ship moved silently through the dark void of space. Jae Kim watched the alien navigation systems, his fingers carefully manipulating controls stolen from a crashed scout vessel. Their mission was simple but dangerous. Infiltrate and gather intelligence about the Galactic Confederation's forward base. Yoon Choi had spent months modifying the alien technology. The ship's exterior was coated with adaptive camouflage that could bend light and electronic signals, making it virtually invisible to standard detection systems. Inside, a small team of 6 highly modified humans prepared for the most critical mission in human history. Their target was a massive forward observation station located in a dense asteroid field. Initial scans showed it housed critical communication, networks, and military planning centers. If they could gather information, humanity would have its first real advantage. The ship moved like a ghost. Alien tracking systems failed to detect their approach. Years of human adaptability and technological innovation had created something the Confederation never expected: a truly unpredictable opponent. As they approached the station, Hyun Park monitored quantum communication channels. Every piece of data was crucial. The team knew that failure meant certain extinction. Success could mean humanity's survival. Ri Kim piloted the ship with precision. Her enhanced reflexes, a result of genetic modifications, allowed her to navigate through complex asteroid fields with impossible accuracy. Where a normal human would see chaos, she saw clear pathways and potential routes. The infiltration began silently. A small boarding team, led by a modified Special Forces operative named Sung Park, entered the alien station through a maintenance airlock. Their bodies could withstand extreme radiation and had enhanced healing capabilities. Each team member carried specialized equipment designed to extract and transmit data. Inside the station, alien technology surrounded them. Complex holographic displays showed military strategies, planetary invasion plans, and communication networks. The team worked quickly, downloading critical information and planting quantum communication trackers. Something unexpected happened. The team discovered detailed records about previous civilizations destroyed by the Galactic Confederation. Humanity was not the first species to face this threat, but they would be the first to fight back successfully. The mission took less than 30 minutes. By the time alien security systems detected the intrusion, the human team was already withdrawing. Their ship disappeared into the asteroid field, leaving no trace. Back in the underground facility, Hyun Park and Jae Kim analyzed the stolen data. The information was more valuable than they could have imagined. Detailed star maps, weapon system, specifications, and communication protocols were now in human hands. The first counterattack revealed something profound. The Galactic Confederation was not invincible. They had become complacent, believing no species could challenge their technological superiority. Humanity would prove them wrong. Yoon Choi's analysis showed vulnerabilities in alien weapon systems. Their technology, while advanced, had specific electromagnetic weak points. Human scientists could design weapons and defensive systems to exploit these vulnerabilities. Strategic meetings lasted for days. The stolen information changed everything. Humanity was no longer just surviving. They were preparing to fight back. Military strategies were developed, technological adaptations planned, and a sense of hope began to spread through the underground facilities. The psychological impact was significant. Survivors who had lost everything now saw a potential path to revenge. The first counterattack was more than a military operation. It was a statement. Humanity would not be exterminated. Jae Kim looked at the team. They were no longer just survivors. They were the first wave of a new human resistance. The Galactic Confederation had made a critical mistake. They had attacked a species capable of turning destruction into opportunity. The first counterattack was complete. And humanity's real war was just beginning. The underground research facility buzzed with an electric energy of transformation. Kim stood before a massive holographic display, her fingers dancing across quantum interfaces that would have seemed like magic just months earlier. Alien technology, once a mysterious threat, was now becoming humanity's greatest weapon. Every captured component, every stolen communication device was meticulously studied, dismantled, and reconstructed. The human capacity for adaptation had turned alien technological superiority into a learning opportunity. Hyun Park's team developed an advanced artificial intelligence system that could predict alien military strategies with incredible accuracy. The AI, nicknamed Phoenix, analyzed millions of data points per second, creating complex battle simulations that revealed unexpected weaknesses in the Galactic Confederation's military structure. Genetic modifications accelerated beyond initial expectations. Humans were no longer just surviving, they were evolving. Enhanced neural networks allowed team members to process information faster. Reflexes improved, healing capabilities became almost instantaneous, and cognitive functions expanded dramatically. Sung Wang introduced a breakthrough in biological-technological integration. Nanobots could now be integrated directly into human bloodstreams, providing real-time health monitoring, instant cellular repair, and enhanced physical capabilities. A human could now survive environments that would have killed them mere months. However, spacecraft design underwent a complete revolution. Kim's team developed ships that could not just match but exceed alien technological capabilities. Stealth technologies borrowed from alien systems were improved, creating vessels that could move through space virtually undetected. Yoon Choi's work on quantum communication networks allowed humans to create an interconnected system more advanced than anything the Galactic Confederation had seen. Information could be transmitted instantly across vast distances, giving humanity a strategic communication advantage. Military training transformed completely. Virtual reality simulations allowed soldiers to experience thousands of potential combat scenarios. AI-driven training programs created warriors who could adapt to changing battlefield conditions with unprecedented speed and intelligence. The first test of these new technologies came unexpectedly. A small alien scout ship entered the solar system, believing humans to be an extinct species. Within minutes, Kim's team not only detected the ship, but destroyed it using reverse-engineered alien weapon technologies. Psychological warfare became a critical component of their strategy. The human ability to think creatively, to approach problems from unexpected angles, became their greatest weapon. The Galactic Confederation understood rigid military structures. Humans understood adaptability. Energy production took a quantum leap forward. Alien reactor technologies were combined with human innovation, creating power sources that could sustain entire underground complexes for decades. Renewable energy systems became more efficient than anything previously imagined. Communication networks expanded globally. Small human survivor groups began sharing technological innovations. What was discovered in one underground facility could be instantly transmitted to others, creating a rapidly evolving collective intelligence. Kim realized they were no longer just preparing to survive, and they were preparing to fight back. Each technological breakthrough was a step toward revenge. The humans who had been nearly exterminated were becoming something entirely new. The AI system, Phoenix, began developing complex battle strategies that human military experts found both brilliant and unpredictable. It could simulate millions of potential conflict scenarios, always finding the most unexpected solution. Genetic modifications allowed humans to withstand extreme environments. Radiation, extreme temperatures, low oxygen conditions. Nothing could stop them now. The human body was becoming a perfect adaptive machine, combining biological resilience with technological enhancement. Kim looked at the latest spacecraft designs. They were no longer copies of alien technology, but entirely new creations. Faster, more adaptable, more intelligent. These were ships that represented human innovation at its finest. Hyun Park understood the profound transformation happening. Humanity was not just recovering from near extinction. They were evolving into a species that could challenge the most advanced civilization in the known galaxy. The technological evolution was complete. Humanity was ready for the final stage of their revenge. The massive human fleet emerged from quantum jump space, silent and deadly. Hundreds of ships, each designed with technologies that combined human creativity and stolen alien innovations, approached the Galactic Confederation's home system. Hyun Park sat in the central command ship, his enhanced neural interface connected directly to Phoenix, the advanced AI system. Years of preparation had led to this moment. Revenge would be precise, calculated, and absolute. Jae Kim coordinated attack strategies. Their approach was unlike any military operation in known history. Humans didn't just plan to destroy, they planned to completely dismantle the Galactic Confederation's entire infrastructure. The first wave of attacks targeted communication networks. Quantum disruption signals developed by Eun Choi instantly disabled alien defense systems. Entire planetary communication grids went dark within seconds. The Confederation's first mistake was believing they were still fighting the same species they had nearly destroyed years ago. Ri Kim's spacecraft design team had created vessels that could think and adapt faster than their alien counterparts. Each ship was part of a collective intelligence network, making decisions faster than any centralized command system could react. Genetic modifications gave human soldiers capabilities beyond normal biological limitations. They could survive vacuum, withstand extreme radiation, and heal from injuries that would kill normal beings instantly. The soldiers were no longer just humans, they were advanced biological machines. The attack came from multiple dimensions, simultaneously. While physical ships engaged in space battles, quantum communication networks launched massive information warfare campaigns. Alien military systems were systematically corrupted. Their own technologies turned against them. Sung Wong's biological weapon research proved devastating. Engineered nanobots spread through alien communication systems, gradually breaking down their technological infrastructure. What looked like a simple technological attack was actually a complex biological invasion. Phoenix, the AI system, predicted and countered every alien defensive strategy before they could be implemented. The Galactic Confederation found themselves fighting an enemy that could anticipate their moves with impossible accuracy. Planetary defense systems collapsed within hours. Alien military installations, believed to be impenetrable, were systematically dismantled. Human forces moved with a precision that suggested they had been planning this moment for decades. The psychological impact was profound. The Galactic Confederation had spent centuries believing they were the most advanced civilization in the universe. Humans demonstrated that technological superiority meant nothing against true adaptability and innovation. Key alien leadership centers were not destroyed. They were captured. Human intelligence teams wanted to understand their enemy, to learn from their strategies. Revenge was not just about destruction, but complete understanding. Orbital weapon platforms were transformed into human communication and research stations. Nothing was wasted. Every piece of alien technology became a potential tool for human expansion and understanding. Jae Kim watched as the final planetary defense systems went offline. The revenge was complete, but it was more than simple retribution. This was a message to the universe. Humanity would not be exterminated. Hyun Park's final communication to the remaining alien leadership was simple and direct. Humanity was not seeking total destruction, but a complete reset of galactic power structures. They would rebuild, they would expand, and they would ensure no civilization could threaten them again. The battle lasted less than 72 hours. What seemed impossible years ago when Earth was nuked had become a reality. A near-extinct species had not just survived, but had become the most feared civilization in the known galaxy. As the dust settled, human ships began the process of reconstruction. They were not conquerors in the traditional sense, but architects of a new galactic order. The Galactic Confederation had made a fatal mistake years ago. They had tried to erase humanity. Instead, they had created their own destruction.